It's a Lilia. It is a Lilia.
Yeah, it is a Lilia.
They still have to stick by their early game identity.
Yeah, and at the same time, we need. I like it if everything's get out of hand here. TNC have great wave clear.
Yep.
Who's taking it home?
Welcome
Aurora
to
MLBB
Mobile
or is
Legends.
TNC Pro Team scoring their first dub? Joseph, I gotta tell you now, I'm liking the adjustment. This is a this is a powerful lineup that Aurora are bringing, especially since now the Hitman adds another hero to his arsenal.
Another hero. Honestly, as much as we talked about it, I thought you were going to say because there isn't a Paquito jungle in the hands of.
I'm trying to forget. I'm trying to forget.
Well, that's true. And as we take a look at the emblems and everything else, hold on, already, of course, some early action Domeng has to deal with. The rest of the team is going to kind of give him some support here with this 2 versus 1 right now. Renegade, speaking of the Carmilla, how is this going to work with the lineup that they brought for this Game 3?
I mean, the only other time I remember Carmilla showing up in the roam here was in the hands of Smart Omega. Chaknu used it in a victory. So with that said, Aurora are playing with a lot of AoE, right? You have Edward, you have Yue, and Domeng, I think just to take care of stragglers. But as it is, without that full combo, without these large-scale engagements, they can only hope that DK does this? What?
So we're actually going to go for Escalera. Oh, whoa!
Force it out of Flicker!
Forced out a Flicker. I think even Escalera was getting a little worried there.
You know what? That's a TKO. I'll call it now. The fact that if for the next the next Lord at least for sure.
Next turtle, yeah.
Next turtle rather. Escalera doesn't have a Flicker.
He doesn't have a Flicker, and so they can at least play around that fact. And you know, I think it was Renmar that mentioned. You know, Escalera's gonna have to play the best Tigreal game of his life so far. If they want to go ahead and get to this first match victory.
And it's not just because of the overload on the Purify, which plays a part, for sure. Turtle started up here by Renegade SDZYZ. It adds to the fact that the Carmilla, the way her ult works, is she wants everyone clumped up. Yeah. And how do you respond to an implosion, right? It's all clumping up, it's all following through. And if Renegade presses the Purify, answers back, which he did just now. Then definitely already Aurora has a built-in clapback to TNC.
Yeah, only difference is right now he doesn't have the Christian Blood. He doesn't have the ultimate, right? He's
yet.
not level 4 just yet. So they can kind of delay things that they want. That's exactly why also this turtle is taking a little bit longer to be secured right now. TNC knows this, and they're going to try to go ahead and secure this right away. Jimenkai making his way up there too, but he might be a little bit too late for this as they already go. SD will get the turtle. Curse of Blood already dropped down too. Now they're going to have to force the fight. There's the implosion we were talking about. They pull off the Nether Realm as well. Atrid already goes down, and now they're looking for more as Escalera falls as well. Heads still has that Primal Wrath form, so he is fine. So they trade Turtle for the 2 kills for Rora.
That little creep saved Head's life. If there was no minion, if there was no jungle creep over there, all those shadow kills would have gone on Heads. But as it is, Aurora happy with the 2 kills. They were willing to trade the turtle for sure. And now SD making up for some lost times. Going to Little Wanderer, stealing away that small camp. And we just saw but a preview of what an amazing COB might look like from the Hitman.
And that's going to be a part of why I would say that even Renmar was saying, you know, that, you're going to have to play just a phenomenal Tigreal game because of the fact that there is that countermeasure when the Carmilla is there and playing its part. And that's the thing, you know, just like we've seen for the entirety of the season, Domeng is just going to go stay in the lane, hold on. Once again, there's the implosion, they catch out Renegade. So even Demonkai and Yue just kind of watching that happen. They can't even respond.
Nothing. And because the Carmilla isn't really even that chunky of a tank.
Yeah.
She's more of a support. So, yeah, say what you will about Escalera having to overload on CC and then try to finesse where he uses his skills. But as long as Aurora does not have Renegade ready and the COB don't land, that's GG. Like it won't even look close.
Whoa. So they use the Curse of Blood there. They go try to make a play. Not going to happen. I guess earlier, too, Renegade even used, he even purified. So it's all part of, like, TNC's layering. Like, as long as they layer their utility that they have for this lineup, then they can solve the Renegade problem.
And there's 2 layers to watch out for. Number 1, or 3 technically, the COB, Curse of Blood, and the Purify. And then as well, the NetherRealm. Let's see how the turtle goes!
They're going to go right here for Demon Knight. Escalera finds the mark. NetherRealm goes down as well. Spirit Destruction to join the fight. SD will get the turtle. Infernal Pursuit's going to be able to find SD. And now the fight breaking down. Into the jungle they go. Still, the Infernal Pursuit off of the target. Goes in trouble as well. Double for Yue. Was looking for more from Heads and Hatred, but right now, they're just going to cut off the minions and focus on this tier 1 turret in the mid lane.
I don't know about you, but that looks like deja vu. It's the same turtle trade for a collapse. And this value exponentially goes up for Aurora. And they didn't even need to wait for Energy. Again, I guess I have to eat my words now. It doesn't always just have to come from Energy. Sometimes Aurora will time out TNC skills, and it's not like TNC didn't land any good skills. If anything,
they started that.
Escalera had the perfect implosion. He isolated Demon Knight, gave the turtle over to SD.
Yep.
But what was the follow-through? What was the long game?
Yeah.
Aurora, I guess, was looking beyond the horizon and beat him to the punch.
Again, the play here for Aurora, utilizing this Curse of Blood like we see here under the turret. Infernal Pursuit again. The whole team now joining the fight on the top side. Oh, SD not going to get the combo he was looking for there.
That was a little too much asking across that that wall.
That's pretty thick.
Oh, well, truth be told, I think he was expecting Yue. Yue did move around there.
He did move.
So how awesome would it have been to have caught Yue there, force out a Purify. But regardless, TNC down about 2,000 gold, but it's nothing lethal. In my opinion, I think you could still bounce back. And how do you do that? How do you start? Number 1, you work on the lanes. Work on giving Kozen a safe place to farm away. Ooh.
Okay, here it is. SD once again under fire. Has the rest of the team help him out. They were waiting for him, though, as Demon Kite picks up the kill. Still TNC on the retreat. Not sure if they even want to stay here too long. Already down SD. Before all that, I was going to say at least Hatred. Like, I don't know if you saw the gold difference there, but Hatred actually farming up really well, and he could, especially when he gets those 2 items locked in on this Lilia, could play a part in some of these team fights breaking out right now. But they're just trying to control the bleeding, it looks like, trying not to lose this tier 2 Heads. Already brought down to a quarter of the health.
They're doing fine. So good so far for a team that has lost every major engagement in this 7.5-minute game. And they eventually got what they were looking for. TNC pushing down bottom.
Yep.
It was eventually traded out for top, though. Let's look at that situation on Hatred. Ooh, he's still down about 1,000. On his way to his second item, which is looking like Ice Queen Wand. So he already has the book, already has the Enchanted Talisman. But what's that going to do? Best case scenario, that's going to force Renegade to think about his engage.
Yeah. He's going to have to. But he's playing pretty upfront. So he's saying, Escalera, grab me right here. NetherRealm's already going to be used. Domang just around the corner, forcing the rest of the team back. Woo! Still looking for more. Good thing for Heads. He had the Primal Wrath, all for the purple buff too. Just how much damage and pressure is being put on from RORA.
How much? All of it.
All of it.
I'll tell you now. And because of that engagement, because of how much effort and resources TNC put into taking that purple, they couldn't defend. That puts their tier 2 down 6 feet underground, bottom lane. And that should definitely help in this first Lord take, spawning in the upper quarter in about 40 seconds. Joseph, long lane control out of TNC's hands right now. I'm looking at their lineup. None of them can quickly rotate. So every move they make from here on in, especially since Aurora is snowballing out of control, is a major decision.
You're almost forced to just also, like, for the most part, stay together, and that's why you see Kozen even just traveling around with Hatred, because, like I said, Hatred, once he gets maybe the 2 items on the Lilia, that'll help if he's going Ice Queen Wand next for the slow, but there it is. It's picked up. SD!
SD!
Gonna be in trouble. Gets out with the hand sword again.
He's fine.
So he's finding, he's trying to farm up, man. He's just trying to find what he can.
He's struggling. He's down 2 levels.
Down 2 levels. So he wants to be in a position to actually dance for the Lord, but I don't think he's going to get there.
Dancing for the Lord, I'd say, isn't out of the question, but it's still a risky thought. Already started up Doming here, wailing away. Slight advantage to Aurora, 4,000 gold ahead. This is tough. Where's Kozen? Does he have a security detail with him?
See if they can do it. Hatred playing his part. This is what I was saying. He's actually a good enough threat even has the black shoes to bait out RORA if he needs to. But right now, they're just kind of staring off at each other.
That's right. Because again, even Hatred has to deal with a range situation, right? He overextends a wee bit, he's going to have to be forced to use his flicker. So right now, it looks like Aurora wants to cross the threshold, go into the point of no return. Look at this Lord here, down to a fifth of its health.
You're going to bring down. There it is already. The initiation heads in trouble. Primal Wrath flickers out. Renegade's the first to fall, but it's a little bit too late as SD goes down as well. Still going. Edward finally going down. They go in. Domang using the Spear of Destruction to follow up and just zone out the rest of TNC. They lost their jungler. They'll lose the Lord as well. RORA picks that one up.
All right. So far, they effectively traded Edward for the Lord. Because Renegade's SD was going to be a long-term trade anyways.
Yeah.
So eventually, they told Edward, hey, I'm on Jing Jing. Stand your ground, all right? Just force them to pay attention to you. If you die, but we're getting the Lord. And Aurora did get that. But now, looking at what that damage exchange looked like, I'm trying to think maybe TNC can hold out. Wait, what's the? Yeah, you know what? TNC have solid wave clear. I'll tell you now, their wave clear here. Since you have Kozin, you have Hatred, and a little bit of SD, I'd give it like a 4 out of 5. Like, this is okay.
We'll see if it is going to be okay. Already Primal Wrath used, trying to clear out this Lord. They should be able to clear it out, trying to hold on to the base turrets. TNC already handles the top. Black Shoes used as well. And also Holy Crystal picked up by SD. So TNC still on the defense, still there, keeps the base turrets up.
I told you so, right? A TNC can defend in their base close to all day, right?
Probably the next, honestly, the next two Lords.
Even in the next, all right, pushing it.
Okay,
two Lords
next
is
Lord.
pushing
Let
it.
me say next Lord.
Next Lord, and because of that, all right, I'm thinking long term now. If they allow for that next Lord to be free, that means they're looking for something elsewhere. That means they can farm up, put some gold on Kozin, put some gold on SD, who is, by the way, I think SD and Hatred need some farm. These boys are
they're starving, man.
They are bone thin right now. You need
Put some meat on those
put a little bit
bones.
of meat on them, then maybe. But here's what's dangerous. As SD and Hatred build up, you get a Radiant Armor and Edward and Renegade just the same.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll say that maybe even a Rose Gold Meteor Doming. So it's not as easy to say that the scaling is equivalent and that it's relative.
And so if you're TNC, and you know that, all right, we at least have enough time to let's say even the next Lord, we can just scrap as much as we need and get as much gold and meat on our bones that we need to.
Without dying.
Without dying, hopefully. Because look at that, there's respectable damage there. They go in with the implosion, able to find one. Yue goes down. Now they might be looking for more. Escalera already under the half health point. Infernal Pursuit again. Demon Kite's taken out of the picture. They're turning it around a little bit further. Infernal Pursuit again, but Edward's the problem as he picks up some himself. And Domang already using the Spear of Destruction. Yue part of the fight again, joining it because of the passive from the Faramis. So in exchange, the 2 for 2.
Heads and Hatred for Edward and Demon Kite. Say what you will about how difficult it was for TNC to actually get that and how they overextended a wee bit and it took a little bit of Aurora's hesitation for the fight to end. I'll say it's a win for TNC. The fact that they were able to step toe-to-toe against an opponent that was 5,000, 6,000 gold ahead. Yeah. So this is what I was talking about, that damage that they're capable of doing, their team fighting prowess. They have it in them. It's just a matter of finding the spot now. We talked about skipping on the Lord. Joseph, I'll tell you now, maybe it's even contestable.
I think it looks like it's contestable right now. TNC giving the go signal, going for Renegade. SD will get the Lord. There's the implosion, but Domang has the Nether Realm to help him out. And now they're going to break out into the jungle. But TNC, that's exactly what they wanted to do. So they buy themselves a little more time.
Denying the enhanced Lord, saving themselves the wrath of these enhanced minions, and of course getting, I guess, time. They traded SD and Escalera for time.
Yeah. But, like, is it enough of the time that they need here? They can still clear things out pretty well, but look at this.
You know what? I get how you can't replace time, but...
Oh, Hatred.
Wait, what?
Already Black Shoes, too. He's in trouble. Yue will pick up the kill. The Shadow Kill used as well, and they push in as the Lord goes down. So RORA, they didn't want to deal with any of that.
And I was just about to say, time is only as good as what you use it for. I'm not so sure if TNC accounted for the fact that they would lose Hatred along the way. And I don't know what caused Hadrian to not be able to flicker out of that situation. Maybe it was just where they were.
Yeah.
Black Shoes didn't help him any because he did press it down.
Yeah.
So I think that's a wash. I think that Lord didn't really do what I think TNC wanted it to do.
It didn't do too much, but what it did do is it keeps him in the game a little bit longer.
It's not a plus for TNC.
It's like a...
Wasn't a minus for Aurora either.
Oh, what? This is, though, NetherRealm right here. Going to force them back into the fight. They get the couple flickers out, too. And Escalera's in trouble. Domang unleashing on the team as TNC will fall apart. A big pickup here. Triple for Domang. And now it's Grim. SD all alone here against the force of RORA. They take out the top turret and set their eyes on the base. And SD will do what he can to try to keep it into the game. Clears the minions out before he's finally taken out in exchange. And that's going to be it as RORA takes the series 2-1.
The Northern Lights shine bright on this Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, Aurora take the series 2-1. Is that playoffs?
I think it's playoffs. They got that point. They needed 7. I know we'll get that confirmation, but hey, I'm pretty sure that's the point that they needed, man.